This
What are
conference
roles?
will now be recorded.
Dev Studio. And here you go now. What was the next? What is the next topic? Did I say any topic? Next one. Rules, visibility conditions in the UI. Okay. Okay. Next we will discuss about data types. Okay. అక్కడికి వెళ్ళి ఒకసారి చెప్పండి వాళ్ళని మాట్లాడదు. So let's now discuss about next topic related to database. Next topic is related to database. I'll give you a brief idea what is database means. See, the data that is there in the business application transactions should be stored at some place, correct? Data should be permanently stored. In order to permanently store the data, we use database. Database is a storage place for the data. Database is going to have tables. Tables will have columns and rows. Okay, this is what we had discussed. See, in reality, in a business application, by using any technology, it's not only Pega, it may be Pega, it may be Salesforce, it may be Java, .NET, any other UI technologies, anything. The universal concept is whenever you create a database for your business application, there will be n number of tables in your database. Employee table will be there, employee department table will be there, and organization table will be there, and organization employee relation will be there. So like this, there will be n number of tables available. Library table will be there. Okay, employee can access library like that. So there are different tables will be available. See, in a business, just give me 1 minute, this is an important. Now see, there will be n number of tables in any database for any business. Suppose you take a banking database. In a banking database, customer table will be there, means customer related ID, customer related account number, address, KYC done or not, like this. There will be some table. Account table will be there. Account table will have account ID, customer ID, type of the account, and maybe IFSC కూడా ఎందుకు ఉంటుంది, ఇంకా వేరే డీటెయిల్స్ ఉంటాయి. Total balance that this customer has in this so and so account, like that. Apart from these two, transaction table will be there, means every transaction that you perform will be recorded in that particular table. So like transaction ID, transaction date, account number on which this transaction has been made, customer ID of this account number, and amount withdrawn or amount deposited, previous balance, current balance, incremented amount. All these details will be there in the transaction table. And there will be some other tables also. In a banking system, there will be a table which will maintain the details about bank code, bank branch name, and branch code, branch address. This is called as IFSC codes table. So there will be a table to maintain the details of each branch of the bank, branch name, branch related code assigned by the government, and IFSC, sorry, address of the branch. Suppose if it is international, you have SWIFT code, some other code called SWIFT code, name of the bank, and address of the branch and all. Like this, some of the details will be there. Now let me ask you one question. Let's take two tables here. One table is transaction table, that is transaction date, transaction amount, type of the transaction, total final balance and all, like this. Another table is branch details table, having IFSC code, branch name, branch address. Out of these two tables, which table details are constant. Let me extend the question. Now, as you make the transactions, you are making so many business transactions, right? When you make the business transactions, out of this table, which table will get impacted regularly? Impacted in the sense, maybe a record will get deleted, a record will get inserted, or it will get updated. Maybe delete also, depends. Which table will get impacted? Transaction table. The table customer underscore transaction or account underscore transaction table will get impacted. What about branch details table? Will there be impact on this?
No.
At the time of making a transaction, suppose you are doing a third party transfer, okay, from your account to another account. Now your account branch related details will be used during transaction internally or not? They have to know from which branch it is being done. Your account will be assigned to some branch. That branch will have branch code, branch name, branch address. All the data your transaction needs and it uses, but even though it uses, will there be any impact on the table? Means table manipulation is going to happen on branch table. Insert or update or delete, nothing will happen. But data is there, it will be utilized. How frequently branch table will change? Maybe whenever they are going to set up a new branch, once in a month or once in 6 months, once in a year, data, that table will get impacted, correct? So there are two different types of tables now. One set of tables, not only one table, one set of tables will get impacted for every business transaction that you make. Another set of tables may not be impacted, but the data in the tables might be used during the transaction process. Okay, I'll tell you another example. See, there is a table. Okay, Facebook registration form is there. Okay, you have registered as a customer and all. There will be a table which will hold all the details of your activities. The activity that you perform on Facebook, entire details will be recorded. For every action that you perform, table will get impacted. But there is a table which will have your details like customer, Facebook ID, your address, and maybe other your age, all these personal details. Data from the personal details table will get utilized during your actions, activities, but the table will not get impacted. Table will not get impacted. So the tables that will regularly get impacted as you perform transactions are called as transaction tables. Those are being categorized as transaction tables. The tables where the data will be available, which is static data tables. So these are called static data tables, or you may call it as master tables, or in some cases they call it as reference tables. Understand everyone clear? So terminology, second one can be anything. First one is transaction tables, or you may call it even business tables. In some cases they also call it as business tables. Transaction tables are business tables, and the second one is static tables or master data or reference tables. Any terminology you can use. Static tables or master tables or reference table, data will be there, but it won't get changed when you perform transaction. Transaction or business tables, for every transaction table will get impacted, data will get changed. Understand? Make sense? Everyone clear? So this is generic. This is not only related to Pega. It is a general universal concept in the business applications of any technology, any database. You will categorize for your convenience. Understand? You will put the static tables in schema 1. You will put business tables in schema 2 for segregation. Okay, proper segregation like that. And now, see, next we are going to discuss about PRPC related tables. I want to create a table. So in order to store my transaction data, transaction means your work object, right? Do you separately need to create, or it is already automatically getting created? It has automatically been already created. What is the name of the table? Work table. So in Pega, transaction tables you don't need to create. Unless you want separate additional tables, you don't need to create. When you create application itself, all this will be done. Next, there may be a need as per your business. There may be a need you have to create. You must be creating reference or master tables. For that purpose, Pega has provided a wizard called data type wizard. See, usually if you want to create tables in reality, I want to create a table. I'm working on .NET. I want to create a table. .NET developer will not create tables. .NET developer will not create. Then who will create the tables in reality? Anyone who is working employee here on any technology, you can respond.
DBA.
Database administrators are the ones who are authorized to create all that. They will create everything and give you details. That's it. Your work will start. Because the intention is to avoid coding, correct? Coding in the sense, it can be anything, UI or business logic or database queries and all. A developer should be able to do anything, usually. So for that reason, Pega has provided a form-based programming model to create tables in the backend without going to backend or without looking for DBS help. From front end itself, if you use a wizard, it will create table in the backend, and accessibility can be done from front end. You can access it from front end. I'll show you that. Okay. So we will be creating data types. A data type is just like a table. Data type is just like a table, means it will have columns, rows, everything. You will be creating data type. When you create a data type, what is going to be done? Your data type to be created under data classes. Data type to be created under data classes. Everyone clear? Online resources. Okay, everyone following, right? Under data classes you would be creating. So if you're creating under data class, is it going to be concrete or abstract? Which one? So far we were selecting that. You will get a clarification today. Okay, anyhow,
Abstract.
I will show you how to proceed to create this. Okay, navigations you will be learning. After creation is done, I'll explain you what is been done and what is been created. But before that itself, 2 points I'm telling you. Under data class you will be creating. One physical table will get created in the backend when you access from the front end. Okay, let's do it now. Let me create a document for us. Everyone write down working with data types. I did not explain you in detail. After practical is done, you will better understand. Okay, working with what? Data types. What is a data type? Data type is a table. I will explain you what is a data type also. In this class, you will get clarification about data classes, data types, everything. 595. Huh? 22. Working with data type. Everyone you can write down. Create a data type by name. Create a data type by name. By name countries. By name countries. By name countries. What are the columns? What would be the columns of this table? Country code, country name. Write down. Columns are created data type or table by name countries. Columns is equal to, what are the columns? Country code, country name. These are the 2 columns. You write down country code is a key column. Country code is a key column. I think I have explained about key, right? Table key and all. Let me tell you. Key is a general database concept, not only related to Pega. General. See, whenever I wanted to store students' details in a table. 100 students are there. How many rows will be there in the table? 100 rows. Business is saying we should not have or we should not allow duplicate student entries into the table. That's the requirement. How do you make sure that duplicate entry is not allowed? First thing is you need to think about real world. In reality, if you are studying in a college, as a student, how college is going to identify you? By means of your name or ID? ID only, right? ID is not going to be duplicated. So there should be an ID column. ID column should not be having a duplicate column value. For that ID column, you need to mark it as a key column, K-E-Y, key. Usually the concept you call it as primary key in reality, in database. So ID column, you are going to make it as primary key column. Primary key column means there won't be any duplicate. It will not allow. If suppose already STU student 001 is there. Again, you try to enter student 001. it will not accept. It will throw a message saying that already record is there, no duplicates are allowed. Okay, like this. Understand everyone clear? So this is just a basic idea and understanding about key. So out of these two, country code and country name, which one is key column? Country code is a key column. In Pega there are two keys. I'll explain you. As of now, you remember it as only key, not primary key. Leave that. Just for your information, I told about database concept primary. Now, working with data type, create a data type, right? Creating data type. What is the name of the data type? Countries. What is the design to be followed? I'm going to write here. Hold on. And design also. And here you go. Step 1. I'm going to use data type wizard to create table. Create this table under organization data class. What is the reason? Countries are universal. High level I can create, right? Top level I can create, no problem. Okay, that's it. Okay. See here, data type explorer. This is data types explorer. Here you have add data type option. What is the option? Add data type. And you go here and look at here now. It is asking you name of the data type. What is the name of the data type? Countries. Expand, click on advanced. Click on advanced. See, by default, you are doing all this from implementation application, right? By default, PRPC will take implementation data class. By default, PRPC will take implementation data class. But what am I expecting? Choose organization data class. Okay, I'm choosing that. I'm going to choose that organization data class. Okay, makes sense, everyone clear? So once I choose it, you can make an observation here. It is creating a class called countries under organization data. Not only table, in the front end, it is also going to create a class, just for your information. Now, it is choosing implementation application. I would like to place it in the framework context and organization rules. These two parameters also you follow at the time while you are practicing. Okay. First, this parameter, one screenshot. And this parameter also specifically another screenshot. Blindly follow. After this session is done, I'll explain you about how to choose these things because it is already late. Submit. Submit. So once you submit, this wizard you have already accessed. What is this wizard? What is this wizard? Properties wizard. This is the wizard which we have used to create properties, you remember. Columns I am going to add. These columns are equal to properties. Here properties in the backend columns. I told you, right? Property name and column name will be same. Add field, you know already. Country code. Country code. One column. And one more. What is the next one? Country name. And then submit. Up to this, it has created only properties. Table means there will be storage. Table will have storage, right? You need to define the storage now. So define storage. For that, go to configuration tab. Configuration tab. So let me go to config. I'm sorry, records tab. Records tab. Go to records tab. Click on configure source. So you click on configure source. And here you go, country code and country name. See, country code here use as key. I'm going to select country code as a key column. Choose country code as key column. Submit. Remaining OOTP properties also coming. See, when this record is created, all that automatically system is taking. You don't even have a facility to delete it. Okay, leave it as it is. And here you go, close this. ఎక్కడ ఉంది క్లోజ్? ఈ క్లోజ్ ఇక్కడ కింద ఒకటి క్లోజ్ ఉండాలి. ఓకే ఫైన్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. క్లోజ్ దిస్. Done. So now once this is been done, you see this. You can tell me what type of layout it is. This layout. I'm clicking on add row and adding country code IND India, and what is the layout type of this one? Table layout. Pega has been designed by using Pega concepts only. Okay, and USA, United States of America, right? Okay, I cannot type that much long spelling. And UK. What else are there? Okay, like this, you can type country codes, country names, and numbers. See, instead of this, there is another facility. See, usually who would be performing this task in your reality? Maybe you are going to do it. 99% chances are there business analyst will do this task. Who is business analyst? We have sent you a WhatsApp message. If you have gone through real-time project terminology like that, there are around 5 videos. Did you receive that? So there were around 5 videos. వచ్చే ఉంటదండి, ఈజీగా ఉంటారు కాబట్టి ఖచ్చితంగా వచ్చింది, రాకుండా ఉండదు. ఓకే, we shared it on WhatsApp, on your personal WhatsApp before you join the course itself, many people, and we will share it today again. Okay, in the group there are some 5 videos are there. Okay, what is being explained, how it is going to help you. If you are already working employee in IT industry, I don't think so that is needed for you, but those who are unemployed, you need to know who is business analyst, what is the role of the business analyst, what are the servers, what are server environments, and what is Jira tool, how it looks like, how do you get business requirements, who will draft the business requirements, what are the different teams communicate with each other, what is status calls, stand-up calls, and so many other things like this were explained in that video. Okay, around 33 technical terms are there like this. Okay, 5 videos are there. Watching that videos, you will get some idea about, mostly 90% you will get idea about how it works in reality, the team communication, coordination, what tools we will be using, how you will be assigning with requirements. All this you will be able to understand that. So nowhere in YouTube, in any channel, you will find this. Okay, and here you go now. So this is about creating a data type. So after it is being created, what has happened in the backend? Okay, let's go to backend. Okay, I'll go to 8.7, right? Let me close, and otherwise I'll try here once. Hold on. 8.7. Let's keep on running. First I'll show you front end. Meanwhile it opens. See here in the front end, organization data, right? Go to organization data class. You have a countries class has got created. There is a countries class that has been created, and data model properties. See, country code, country name properties are being created. Okay, and there are data pages created. You don't know database so far as of now. Reports also you don't know. Okay, so only focus on class name, properties, and class table mapping also would be created. There will be a backend table gets created. I want to know what is the table with which this class is being mapped to. Instead of test connection, tell me any other approach.
PC underscore, name of the class.
Right click on the class.
Right click on the class, view sysadmin, database. Database table rule is the one where you can see this class is mapped to the table PR underscore SPI underscore data underscore countries. What is the name of the work table? PC underscore. You are now getting PR underscore. I'll tell you differences after the session. Okay, so now focus on this one. A class is created, properties are created, a physical table is created in the backend with the name PR underscore SPI underscore data underscore countries, and class and table mapping is also being done. Additionally, what else is created? Additionally, what else is created? Additionally, class and table mapping is also created. And additionally, reports and databases also created. I'm sorry. And here you go now. Password. Why it is not editable? Why it is not editable? Postgres is the password that I am using. End the table pair PR underscore SBI underscore
Data underscore countries.
PR underscore SBI underscore data underscore countries. View data first 100 rows. Just this is how you can see the data. See, I have added 4 records. You remember 4 records are there. Remaining columns you can ignore. So physical table is created in the back end. Front end, a class is created. Class and table mapping is also done. What is this that you are seeing here? This is just for your visual purpose. Any action you do perform here will reflect in the backend also. Backend, whatever it is there, that is just, this is an image of what is there in the backend. Backend means database. So whatever that is there table, image of the table is displayed here in the PRP sim. From here itself, you can manipulate anything. Understand everyone clear? So these are the rules that I have got created. Now let us go to understand about the class rule form. This is the class created, right? See, listen to me carefully. This is very, very important to understand in Pega. Okay. Based on this, future topics also there. We did not create this class manually. It has been created automatically. This class does not belong to class group. Pega has chosen that automatically. What is it? Does not belong to class group means? This class is non-inheritable class from work class or class group. Anything is okay. That you are aware of. Version leave it. This class is created as a concrete class. Now you tell me, what is the difference between a concrete and abstract class? Concrete class, we can do business transactions, and also we store business transactions in a table that is mapped to the concrete class. Each record in the table, what do you call it? What do you call it?
Row.
Each record is equal to one transaction. Okay, let's come to PRBC. Work object will get created when you make a transaction, right? In a concrete class, work object gets stored into a table which is mapped to the work class. Each record in the work table is said to be, what do you call it? One record is equal to work table is there. 100 records are there.
One transaction.
Means 100 work objects. Each record is equal to one work object. What is the definition of work object? What is the definition of work object? Work object is instance of class group. Work object is instance of class group, which is concrete class. Concrete class is the only one which will have instances and stores mapped to a table and stores the instances into mapped class. Coming to abstract class, you go to any abstract class. Is there any test connection to table? Means it is not connected to any table. It won't store anything because it will not have any instances. Abstract classes do not have instances. Concrete class is going to have instances. What is the meaning of instance? Work object is instance of class group. That's what we learned, right? What is the meaning of instance? Work object is instance of class group. Instance and object in Japan. Tell me something in reality. What is the meaning of instance and English word in
an occurrence.
You did not hear the English word instance.
Occurrence of
Instance means
occurrence of something.
how many instances you have happened in your life? How many instances you had come across in your life? What is the meaning of instance? In your day-to-day life.
One transaction.
Instance means
action.
As you are saying online.
Actions, events.
Action, events.
Occurrence.
Right?
Action.
Everything that is some occurrence. Okay. See, let's say for example, let me tell you, hold on. Instance means it is some occurrence. I'll tell you an example. See, Harsha Trainings Academy is there. Okay. In this academy, we have Pega training, we have DevOps training, and even Salesforce training. Like this, there are so many trainings are there. Java training, Appian training, like this. Now coming to Pega training alone. Okay. So Pega training is one concrete class. Salesforce training is another concrete class. Appian training is one concrete class. Java training is another concrete class. We have these many concretes. In each concrete, one instance will happen. Okay. What is that instance? Class. The session. Instead of saying class, we use a different term here because class is matching. What do you call it? Session. So today morning, I have taken a session on Pega. Pega is a concrete class. For that, there is one instance. 7 to 8, one session has happened. That is one instance. 8 to 9, one more session has happened. That is another instance. 9 to 10, again now one instance is ongoing. I'll store all this in my record. Okay. Today class is done like that. I'll be storing in my record. But actually this won't happen here. But still, storage is there. You can store in the table. Storage may or may not be there. Instance will be there. You store it for later purpose. You don't store, no problem. Okay. This is one instance. Understand? So Pega has 3 instances a day. DevOps has 5 instances a day. Means how many sessions will happen, DevOps? 5 sessions will happen. Morning, evening, like that. Okay. Like this, instance is some occurrence that is happening. Okay. You go to ATM, withdraw money 10 times. 10 different transactions you made. How many instances are there? 10 instances are there. That is something that is happening, occurrence. Okay. That is what the meaning of instance. Okay. Listen to me carefully. Now, instances will get stored into table. Tables will be mapped to concrete class. Concrete class is the only one which will have instances. Concrete class is the only one which will have instances. Pega session is one instance. DevOps session is another instance. Both are instances, but both are of same type instances or different type instances. Both are of different types of instances. Correct? Understand? Everyone clear? Now, in the work table, you have records. In the work table, you have some records. Means some records are there. Each record is one work object, right? Work object is instance. Correct? See, in countries table also you have records. These are also instances. These are all instances of type countries. Those are instances of type work object. So work object only doesn't mean instance. I'll tell you an example. You might have learned already this during your childhood. See, human being. Human is an instance of animal. Human is an animal. Okay. Dog is an animal. Camel is an animal. Okay, everyone clear? But every animal is not human. Every animal is not dog. Every animal is not camel. So all these are animals, but every animal is not of same type. Correct? Okay. This is instance. Australia, AUS, Australia, India. These are instances. In the work table, the records are also instance. Work table instances are objects, work objects. These are countries. Both are instances, but every instance is not work object. Understand? Work object is instance, country is an instance. All are instances, but every instance you should not say it is work object, meaning that work object is not the only instance here in Pega or everywhere else. Object is an instance. Okay. Country is an instance. Okay. Both are commonly what you call instances. Human being, dog, camel. Commonly what are you calling? Animal. Animal, right? Every animal is not human being. Okay. So all these are instances coming from animal. Animal instance is human, instance is dog. You say every dog is animal, okay, but every animal is not dog. Okay. Every work object is an instance. but every instance is not a work object. You cannot say that. Instances can be there as work objects. Instances can be there as countries. Instances can be there as states. Instances can be there as cities. Instances can be there as document types. Instances can be there as branches. Each branch is one instance of bank. Every branch is different type. Okay. So like this, here we have instance and work object. You need to understand this clear in detail. Instance and work object. What does it mean? Work object is instance of class group. Okay, but every instance is not work object, for your information. Every instance is not work object. So country codes, country names, these are records in the table. There are records in the table, right? So all these records in this table are instances of country class. Instances of which class? Country class. Instances will be there only for concrete classes, not for abstract. That's why Pega has chosen country class as concrete class. Everyone clear? Why Pega? Why this particular country class is a concrete? Because it has some storage. Records are there. Each record is instance. Instance will be there only for concrete class. That's why it has chosen as concrete class. Understand clear? Everyone, why this is concrete class? Now coming to another classes. Claims is there. Claims we created by ourselves. Is there any storage we have defined for claims? Is there any storage? No, right? Go to definition. This is a concrete class. You know, I don't have any storage, right? Still I have selected this one as concrete. What is the reason? Let me explain. Today I don't have storage, no problem. Tomorrow business is coming back to me and asking me, can you please store claims details into separate table? What should I do? Remember one point. If you create a class once, the type of class can never be changed in future. That will not reflect or will not have any changes being taken. Even if you change this drop down abstract and save it, PRPC won't take internally. There is some separate process for that. Leave it. So like this, you not only think about today, you also have to bother about tomorrow. See, SBI is an organization class. Is there any possibility tomorrow it can become concrete class, organization class? Organization level, you will be storing anything? Organization level, are you going to have any instances? So that is abstract, no problem. Okay. So concrete classes are the ones where you may be expecting the storage in future also. So today, a concrete class, if you click on test connection, there is a table connected. What is the table name? PR_other. See, you go to another class. We created one more class, right? What is the other class? Vehicle. Go to vehicle class. I have chosen it as concrete and click on test connection. And what is the table mapped to? PR_other. This is a common table. Common table. If you create a concrete class without defining any storage, automatically PRPC will map that to PR_other because it is must to have a table for concrete. That's why one default table it is taking and mapping. If you create a class with a dedicated storage, PR_SBI_data_countries, that is a dedicated table only for countries class. But this PR_other common table for every concrete class where there is no dedicated table. See, what is the difference? Vehicle class, does it have any key? Country class, does it have a key? Key is there. We have chosen right country code. Look at here. See, concrete class plus class key means plus storage is equal to data type. What is that? Data type with storage will be there. Concrete class, there is no key, there is no storage, is equal to data class. What is the data type and data class? Every class that comes under data layer is data class only. Data class plus class key plus storage is equal to data type fully, everything together. Only concrete class is there. There is no physical table. There is no key in the class. Then that is only data class. That's it. That is only class. Understand everyone? If I create a concrete class under data layer without mapping to a dedicated dedicated table, then what is the default table that it is going to get mapped to? PR underscore other. Understand everyone? Clear? Everyone, you understand what is the difference between data type is full-fledged entity, data class is only class with properties and all. There won't be any key, there won't be any dedicated table, storage table. Okay, so this is what we are discussed today about how to create a data type. And after creating data type, what are the rules that are getting created? What are the rules that gets created when you create a data type? Rules and backend. Total, what are the things that gets created? Data class, properties, physical table in the backend, class and table mapping. Additionally, report definition and data pages will get created. We will be learning those later. Understand? So these are the rules that will get created. And here you go now. See, this is the data type created. Means it is a database and front end. See, anytime if you want to access database, you need to write queries in general, right? Without queries, can we access any database? Database can understand its own query structured language. Okay, structured query language, SQL. So database can understand structured query language, SQL. SQL queries I will show you, just hold on. I think I have shown you on day one itself. Like there will be select command, insert command, delete command and all, right? See, google.com database queries, insert, select, like this. Okay, see here, this is how database queries looks like. Insert into so and so table, insert query. Okay, select query. Insert command is used in order to insert the records into table. Select command is used to retrieve the data from the table. There are commands called update and delete. Let me tell you. Select, insert, update, delete. Select command is to just retrieve the data from table, and insert is to save the data into tables. Update is to modify the existing data which is already present in the table. Delete is to remove the data from the table. This is the 4 basic commands that we come across in the database. These operations you may need to do while you are working in Pega also. But only thing is, when you are working with VRBC, there is no need to write any queries. Queries will get automatically generated. In order to interact with the database, we must need queries. But when you are using PRBC environment, you don't need to write queries. Then how do you interact with the tables? There will be business requirements while you are working in enterprise application development, where you will be given with a requirement like to retrieve the data from tables, store the data into tables, update, modify the data in tables, or delete the data from the tables. For that reason, Pega provides different thing than queries. So before we proceed to that, we need to understand. In order to make it possible, we need to understand about next rule type called business logic rule. What is the next rule? Business logic rule. We worked on UI and something we did conditional UI and everything. Now we looked at database basic, and now we are going to jump on to business logic. Business logic, when we say, you think about writing the code, right? But in Pega again, coding is eliminated. Coding is eliminated, right? So if you want to implement the business logic can be implemented in Pega by using a rule type called activity. What is the rule type? Activity. Activity is the rule which is used to implement business logic. Business logic doesn't mean you are going to write any coding. Okay. Pega has so many activities provided for different business purpose. I have already shown you. Send email, notification. If you want to implement email notification functionality, you don't need to write business logic. Even you don't need to write your activity also without business logic. Pega has already identified this and created. Send email with attachments. With attachments means it will send email attaching documents also. So like this, there are already OOTP. So many OOTP activities are available. How many are there? In a page you have, let's say in a page you have 40 or 60, 256. 40 into 256. Maybe if you leave about versions and all, okay, at least you take 40 into 200. Okay, నాకు mathematics అంత బాగా రావు, 10th లో కూడా చదువుకొని రాసా నేను, calculations చెప్పలేను. You can imagine how many are there. Okay, so these many OOTP activities are already written, but it is impossible for anyone to know about every activity that is present in Pega. See, many activities will be used internally. When for every action that you do in Pega, internally PRPC runs activities. Okay, there may be situations you utilize the existing activities in your application development, or you might be writing your own activities by yourself without writing business logic. Okay, let me show you that. See here. See, activity, whenever you create an activity, let me show you. Right click on, I'm just giving you a high level introduction today. Technical activity, name of the activity is test, and create and open. This is the activity name I have given, and this is the activity. Empty. Activity is a rule to implement business logic. How do you implement business logic? So you suppose if you are writing coding, you write code in line by line, right? Line 1, line 2, line 3. Same way, activity contains series of steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, like this. N number of steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. In the same sequential order, execution will happen whenever you call this activity. Okay, now we can implement business logic by using activity without the need of writing our own code, by using predefined methods. Each method is one functional logic internally. Now you tell me, I will show you some of the method names. I did not even tell you any method, right? By looking at the method name itself, even though you don't have any knowledge so far, definitely you will be able to say what is the purpose of that method. I'll show you method. See here. This is the name of the method. Those who are not working on Pega, look at the name of the method, and I have given page name here. The method name is page new. Can you guess what does this method do? New page.
This will be creating the new page.
New page will get created. Where it will get created? Not in the class. It will create on the clipboard. It will create on the page new method. Creates new user pages on clipboard. Page new method creates new user pages on clipboard. Understand everyone? Clear? Page new method creates new user pages on clipboard. Anytime during the business logic, temporarily if you want to create a page on clipboard and you want to add the data onto that page and manipulate it, then you can go ahead and use page new method to create. Looking at this method name, you should be able to tell me what is it all about. You can tell me.
If you want to rename the page, then we go with page
Yeah,
rename.
what is this one?
Page rename.
It is going to do what?
Rename the page.
Rename the page. One page name you want to change at runtime, then you can go ahead and use. Next, tell me what is this one?
If you don't want the page, we can remove.
We can remove the page.
అక్కడ ఉన్నదే చెప్పొద్దు, అది ఏం చేస్తుందో డీటెయిల్ గా చెప్పండి. పేజ్ రిమూవ్ అంటే రిమూవ్స్ ద పేజ్ అని చెప్పొద్దు. ఎక్కడి నుంచి రిమూవ్ చేస్తుంది, ఎలా రిమూవ్ చేస్తుంది?
From clipboard it will remove the
pages
page.
from the clipboard.
Clipboard.
Page remove method deletes pages from clipboard. Okay, what is the definition of a page?
Collection of properties.
ఒక పర్సన్ చెప్పండి, వన్ పర్సన్.
For multi-purpose reusability.
I'm not asking what is the purpose of the page. I'm asking what is a page.
It is a property
Pages.
which points to a class and it will hold the
Collection of
property.
data.
Collection of
Okay, page is a property which holds the properties of reference class. మీకు సెంటెన్స్ ఫార్మేషన్ రావట్లేదు కదా, అర్థమైంది కదా? You don't know how to form the sentences even though it is there in your mind, correct? That is why I'm asking you to read and respond every time. It is not only that knowledge will be there in your brain, you also know how to explain. Okay, that fluency you will get only when you say multiple times, otherwise you don't get it. Okay, page is a property which holds the properties of Reference class means page points to a class, right? Tell me this method. You should be able to. So far, every method you have told. Okay. Please mute that person with background noise kindly. Page change class I have used and new class name I have given here. You can easily guess. Tell me what is it? This is going to change the name of the reference class. See, page is already referring to class A. Going forward, it will be referred to class B. After this step, if you go to clipboard, before this step, if you go to clipboard, respect to page will be referring to class A. After this step, if you go to clipboard and see, it will be referring to class B. This type of need you will not get regularly in the real time. Okay, you can tell me this. You have properties and properties, you will assign values, right? So tell me this one. This is the method by name property set. What is this method? What is the purpose of this method? Guess it.
Assign value to the
property.
Assign values to properties. What is the method? Properties.
Property.
These are all basic methods. Page new, property set, page remove, page change class, page rename, all this. Let me remove all this. Now there are some set of methods Pega provides. Those methods generates queries automatically. Those methods generates queries automatically. See, select command is there. What is the purpose of select command? To fetch the records. We may fetch single record, we may fetch multiple records. Correct? Everyone clear? Single record, if I want to hold on clipboard, what do I need? I need single value property or page property or page list property. Which one I need? When I say one record in a table has 10 columns. Each column, there are multiple rows. 10 students details are there. 10 students, student 1, student 2, student 3, like this. Student ID, student name, student branch and all is there. One record data I want to hold on clipboard. Then single value property, page list property. Which one I need?
Page.
Single value property. Property, student ID, student name, anni hottaya.
Page.
Which one I want? One record means one page. One record is equal to one record. Any columns untai? How many columns can be there for one record?
Multiple.
A number of columns means on one record you have a number of properties, means one record is equal to one page. On a page you have properties. Okay. I want to hold all the records, multiple records of data. Then which one?
page
Page
list.
List.
I want to hold only one particular cell value of a particular column. Then
Property.
single value. I will
Single.
put the table and tell you here. Are you able to imagine and understand? One single cell, if you look at it, there will be one value corresponds to one column. That is equal to single value property. Entire row corresponding to multiple columns, values, one page. All the rows together. Your table is a page list. That's what we have done yesterday also. Right? Day before yesterday, I don't remember. Page list is table. Previously, commercial vehicles and all page. And previous to that, each control we have made it a single value only, not related to entire single page, but there also it is page. What was the page? PY work page. Directly PY work page. Okay, but that is not a good practice. Anyhow, in order to generate queries when interacting with the database, PRPC provides different methods. High level only I am telling. OBJ browse. Browse means it will retrieve multiple records of data. If you have a requirement to retrieve multiple records of data from the table, then which method you go for? OBJ browse. OBJ browse method retrieves multiple records of data from the table. You can guess and tell me now with the knowledge. The result of OBJ browse on clipboard will be, is it single value or page list?
Page list.
Page list.
Page list.
Start using your brain. It is being sharpened every day. You are able to respond for many questions now. Okay, and you are guessing and learning. OBJ browse is page list. I know you are already intelligent, but just I am saying you are being more intelligent than what you are. OBJ save. By the name save itself, you can easily guess what is it about. Save means
Save data to database.
inserted into table. You are being given with a requirement to store the data of students into a table. Then you need to use which method? OBJ save. OBJ save has two different features. It can insert new record into table, or it can update the existing record of the table. You will practically use for both purposes. OBJ browse is used to fetch multiple records of data from table. OBJ save is used to fetch single record from a, sorry, OBJ save is used to insert or
Multiple.
update the record from the table. Okay, next. OBJ open. OBJ open. This method is used to fetch single record from the table by using key, class key. That's what we have done just now, right? Using a key, how many rows will be there? Key is unique, right? Only one row. If you want to fetch one row, it should be a key. Then what is the method? OBJ open. That is class key. I'll tell you another method later. You can easily guess this one. OBJ delete. What is the purpose? To delete the records from the table. That's it. These are the four methods: OBJ browse, OBJ save, OBJ open, OBJ delete. OBJ browse result into page list structure. Result of OBJ browse is multiple records, 0 or n. Structure on clipboard will be page list. OBJ save, insert the record or update the record. Leave it. OBJ open fetch a single record only. You tell me what is the clipboard structure? Clipboard structure will be page or page list?
Page.
Page.
Page. Means what is the clipboard structure? Page. OBJ delete, the structure is not required. It will delete the data from the table. Now, out of these two, let me ask you general knowledge question. OBJ browse. You understand the meaning of browsing? You browse anytime, every time, right? Okay. When you browse a website, will you be able to modify the content in the website? Means when you are browsing, are you getting read only or editable? Read only.
Read only.
Read
Don't tell me Wikipedia I can edit. Okay, don't go by logic. Generally, okay. Generally, everything is read only you are getting. Others website and all you cannot. Browsing is going to give you result in list structure, right? That is read only, editable. Browse means read only.
You don't.
You are just getting a data onto clipboard, which is read only data. Open. Open means, see, I have given a key to one room. There is a room which is locked. I have given you key. You open the room with key. Will you be able to customize the room?
Yes.
Customize or not? Given you have a key, open the room and get into the room. Will you be able to customize it or not?
Yes.
Every weekend చేస్తారు ఉంటారు కదా, చేయరా? Monthly ఒకసారైనా చేస్తారు కదా. You will be able to customize only when it is open. If it is locked, will you be able to customize?
No.
Opening means customizing means you are editing, right? Open will give you editable or read only data. Editable data. Understand? Everything is related to your real life. Technology is not a magical thing. Okay. Everything what we are regularly doing, same that has been defined in the technology. There are four basic methods. Two more are there. I'll tell you later. Okay. OBJ browse. What is the purpose? To fetch multiple records of data. In which what is the structure on clipboard?
Page list.
Page list. Read only or readable? Read only.
Read only.
OBJ open. Fetch single record. It's on key.
Page.
Read only or editable? Editable. Editable structure. Page structure. Okay, please be on mute online. Page structure. And next to OBJ save. No need to discuss about read only or editable because it should be editable only. Then only you can save, right? So you are going to insert a record into table or update the record, existing record. Updating means editing or not? Obviously that should be editable, no question. OBJ save is used to insert or update. Okay, OBJ delete is used to delete the records from the table. Understand? By handle is also there. I'll tell you later. This is just a basic idea about activity purpose. What is the purpose of activity? Activity is used to implement business logic. Business logic in the activity can be implemented without the need of writing code by using predefined methods. Predefined method itself implement the required logic in the background. Okay. Activity contains series of steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, n number of steps. At each and every step, we can make use of one method as per our business need. Overall requirement, how many methods will be can be used will be known only to you when you know understand the business requirement, when you know the technicals. Okay, and out of these, page new, property set, page remove, page change class, basic methods. Database related methods are obj methods like obj browse, obj open, obj save, obj delete. We have obj open by handle, obj delete by handle later, not now. These 4 methods you are clear, right? High level. I'll tell you in detail later once again, Monday. High level, I have given you idea about all these methods. The same will be available in your document. This read only, editable and all will not be there in your document. That is for your information, I told you. Okay. And we will continue on Monday to resume our sessions, to go with our sessions further, from starting from activities and all. See, I have given you some course content, right? In your sessions, we are going to see some of the topics which are beyond your content. I will cover entire content. Additionally, 4 more topics will be additionally added. Okay, your training duration will get increased. But remember one thing, you don't need to learn everything in Pega. See, I am a kind of person, I wanted to teach everything that I know. Out of all the topics that you are learning here, you are going to learn here, maximum 5 to 6 topics you will be regularly using. Out of which, this is one of those. Hardly you will get chance to create a data type. Hardly. You will never create classes. You will never create properties. Most properties hardly. You will never create application. And you will never deal with rule sets, versions, creation, but that also we have to learn. There is no other go. Okay. See, out of all the topics that we are going to learn here, hardly 5 to 6 topics you will be regularly working in the enterprise application development. But only learning that is not sufficient, because Pega is interlinked to so many things. Activities are related to UI and many other things. UI is related to flow action, flow and many other things. Like this, we need to learn everything. Most of the things we have to learn. But out of the topics that we are going to cover rule types, okay, just 30% you will be using in your day-to-day regular life. I'm not saying forever you will be using only those 30, because all of these rules together will be your project. As a developer, you will not be given with every requirement to work on every other rule. There will be tech leads, there will be team leads, there will be developers, there will be junior developers. As a senior developer, you might be given with a task related to activities, data transform, decision tables, declarative rules and all. As a junior developer, he will be asked to create sections, flow actions, but remember, it is not static thing that whatever I am saying. Anyone can be assigned with anything. Generally, I am talking about. Usually, as a team lead, you might be working on creating agents. You might be working on creating service-related activities and all. As a tech lead solution architect, you might be working on designing your application, designing web services, configurations of web services, authentication details, high level. That might be someone working on. It is not that a person will be working only on specific integrations or activities or UI, nothing like that. Okay, you might be working on everything that is there on Pega. Depends on your experience, you might be getting chance to work on that. Remember one thing, I am not encouraging, but I am just giving you information. While you are participating, attending your interviews, as a resource with 3 years of experience, it is 100% possible you will not get chance to work on everything that we are learning here. So you need to be tactical while dealing in the interview, because you know everything. You say everything, it is okay, but listening to you, interviewer may get a doubt. See, in my experience of 5 years, I did not work on these many things. This guy is saying he has worked on all of this. He has knowledge creating from the scratch. Okay, he's a student of Harsha trainings. Okay, so that problem will be there. See, you need to manage to do it. I have experience to work on hands-on creating the rules from the scratch, sections, flow actions, flows, decision rules, declarative rules, data transform, data pages, report definitions, activities. Okay, you say I have configured services, he will be doubtful. I have the knowledge of reverse engineering and learning in my present application, understanding about web services. I never got chance to create it, but I have understanding how to create, because I have reverse engineered in my present application, which was being created by my tech leads, and I have tried the same in my home version. I got it. This is the way how you present yourself. Your presentation is most important during the interview. Okay, so this is how you need to present. Okay, everything if you say I know, they will get doubt. I don't know, how come you know? I don't want to select someone like this. Okay, people won't be like that usually. So because as much as you know, that is the better thing for the project. Okay, but usually people wanted to hire only genuine resources. It is open secret in IT industry. Genuine resources only they want to hire. Positions will not be filled. There won't be any billing. Okay, again manager will have a lot of pressure. Recruitment HR will have pressure from manager. Okay, manager will have pressure from client. No resources in the market. What to do? Okay, you have knowledge. At least your knowledge is genuine. Okay, get in, but don't go for fake and proxy. This and all is usually not good. Okay, see, you are a fake resource. Okay, no problem, but your knowledge should be genuine, right? At least. See, how do you how one is going to justify you are a genuine resource or not? By your knowledge. The performance of a genuine resource, performance of a fake resource will be different. Where the difference? Only in the knowledge and how you apply the knowledge, correct? Okay, so at least your knowledge should be genuine. Some people, whoever, there is no other go. Only after getting job only you'll get married. You have to get married means you have to deceive people like this sometimes, which is going to help you as well as the company. Okay, both should be in a win-win situation finally. Okay, sometimes we have to do something like this, but there is nothing right or nothing wrong to discuss further about this. But still, that is how it is happening in the outside market. No one can stop it. But your knowledge should be genuine. Okay, as you have a lot of money, my father has earned so much money, 3 lakhs I can pay immediately, give me job and make me sit in the seat and all. After that you will be kicked out. Okay, so that is not the right approach. At least your knowledge should be genuine. The presentation should be genuine. What you are going to implement and work should be genuine. Okay, focus on learning. Subject, you have subject knowledge, you become subject matter expert, then you will be the #1 person. Irrespective of your knowledge, experience is just a paper, right? How Amazon is giving 40 lakh salary to a BTech fresher? What is the reason? They don't have experience. They are not having any experience. They don't know anything about IT industry inside, how it works. But still 40 lakhs for a girl who is from Srikakulam, they have given recently, 2 months back and all. They have hired, she is just a BTech graduate. There are many people in Amazon working since past 5 years in the same technology, but their package was not 40 lakhs. Then where is the difference? Difference is only in the knowledge. Okay, how you apply your knowledge. Okay, how you provide business solutions in a different way than present market. We used to transfer money by using net banking, which is very difficult. I have to sit in front of my laptop or phone. I have to open, add an account, wait for the cooling period of half an hour, and then cooling period is over. Then transfer money, test money. Okay, 1 rupee vachinda leda. Okay, vachindi. Then next amount of money. Now it is not required. The same task they have implemented today. Phone Pay, scan a code and send it done. No need to add account. No need to wait 30 minutes and all. So exactly this is same how it was available before. Before also money transfer was there in third party transfer, net banking. Today also money transfer is there just by Phone Pay, Google Pay in a minute by scanning the code by phone number itself. Okay, this is how same everything that you develop will be there, but how different you have implemented it, how efficiently you have implemented it, it is matters. That is where your skill come into picture. That is what business ideology. So your ideas, simply in one single word I have to tell you, that is called creativity. How creative you are, that's how as a #1 you can lead the market. Okay, so that's it from my end for today, and we will continue on Monday, proceeding with our sessions looking at activities and methods. Okay, and as tomorrow we have one session at 9:30, right? And that is only offline session, that is not technical. I told you already, I informed you. You might have filled the form, whoever is interested. And if it is heavily raining, it will be cancelled because it is only offline, right? Heavy rain, I am not like such a person to ask you to come down for sure. Okay, that's not mandatory. Today it was raining, it is raining, right? Sometime back. Suppose tomorrow, if it is heavily raining, I will cancel. Heavily raining. There is no rain, it will happen. Okay, don't give me a message.
Sir, is there any way?
Wait, I'll conduct the sessions going forward also, but this is the first session which I have resumed after 6 years. Before 6 years I used to take this. Okay, this makes the people, and this is going to make the people energetic, and they realize so many things, and they will come on to track. Yes, someone online was asking something. What was that?
So is there any way to attend the online students to that session?
No, I will conduct the sessions. This is not the end of this one, right? I will conduct online also going forward. Let me first give a trial after so many years. Okay.
Okay, Arsha.
Okay. I'll wind up for today and I'll share you the documents now. What are the documents to be shared?
One
Activity basics.